Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and today I just want to make a quick video and talk about my favorite type of optic for tactical shotguns. Now, the first question we should ask ourselves is probably, do we even need an optic on our tactical shotgun? And while need is kind of a strong word because there's other aiming devices out there, simple front beaded sights, peep sights, ghost ring sights, and so forth, I think having the best possible aiming solution on your tactical shotgun is definitely going to give you an advantage. So for me, yes, I would say that you would need an optic on your tactical shotgun if you want to get the best out of it. But try and keep this in mind. There's a lot of people out there who get a majority of their information from TV and movies. And they tend to think that if you have a shotgun, as long as you're aiming in the general direction of what you want to hit, there's a good likelihood that you're going to hit it, when in reality, that's actually not the case. At most defensive distances, especially inside somebody's house, where a hallway may be a maximum of 25 feet, you're going to get very little spread at all out of a shotgun. It's going to be very, very minimal. I've done videos on this in the past, and there's plenty of videos here on YouTube. You can research it yourself. But when you're talking about buckshot or even, just a larger type of shot, there's really not that much spread. Even with birdshot, there's not that much spread at those close-in distances. So while, yes, a shotgun does give you a wider pattern, it's not going to give you the big overall coverage that a lot of people think that you can have. So try and keep that in mind. Aiming is still a necessary part of running a shotgun for defensive purposes. So again, for me, I want something that's going to be the best possible solution that I can use. And for me, I think it's a micro reflex sight. Now, I've run a lot of optics on my shotguns. I've tested Aimpoint T2s on my shotgun, EOTechs, Holosuns, larger optics, smaller optics, and the one thing that I seem to always go to, or at least go back to, is the small micro reflex sight. Now, a micro reflex sight, basically what it is it's like a single windowed red dot. It has a projector on it. That projector shines an LED or a laser at a screen which reflects back to your eye, giving you one single aiming point. So you don't have to worry about looking through a peep. You don't have to worry about sight alignment. It kind of gets rid of all of that stuff because you just have that one little red dot to look at. And as long as that dot is on your target, it doesn't matter how wonky you are. As long as that dot is on what you're aiming at, then you're going to hit it. And that's one thing that I like. So it makes it a little bit faster. Now, above, let's say like an Aimpoint or some other type of Holosun or something similar to an Aimpoint, a tubular style design, I find that it's a little bit more difficult to pick up the red dot quickly on something that's that small. And you do get that tubular effect. On something like a larger Holosun or an EOTech, they tend to be pretty heavy. You get a nice large viewing window, but they're heavy and there is quite a bit of obstruction and they sit kind of high. But with a micro reflex sight, these things are tiny, they're small, they are extremely lightweight, and they allow you for a full two-eye open and peripheral view of, your sight picture. So basically, when you bring up a micro reflex sight in front of you, there is almost no obstruction anywhere around the top of this right now. So I can see everything. I can keep both eyes open. I can keep an eye open on my target. I can scan. I can look around. And I get a full view while still keeping that single aiming point in front of me. This one right here is a US Optics little micro reflex sight that I'm going to be testing here soon, actually. Well, as a matter of fact, I've been testing it for like a month, but I mean, I'm going to be reviewing it here soon. And then I have another little Bushnell. There's so many choices in this category too that kind of lend it to being good for just about everybody and everybody's budget. Because you can go with a Bushnell. This is a little Bushnell right here, works just fine. I run it on 12 gauge, 3-inch buckshot, high brass stuff. Never had a single issue with it. Works just fine, and it's affordable. The US Optics, it's a little bit more durable. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more lightweight, but a little bit more expensive coming in. I believe the MSRP is going to be around $249, something like that. There's Swamp Fox Optics coming around $200. You can even use stuff like this SIG right here. This is a SIG Romeo 3, which in the box comes with either a riser mount to be used on an AR-15, or you could take this riser mount off and they have other mounts that you can use that are low mounts where you can put it directly onto the top of whatever rail you have for your shotgun. So you could take stuff like this too and kind of dual purpose it, use it on a pick rail for an AR or something like that. And you can use this stuff as like offset sights as well. But for me, there's nothing better for a shotgun than a micro reflex sight. They, like I said before, they're very fast. You get a good field of view, 2-eye open, quick shooting. They're very lightweight. I have thought of every single possible optic that I could put on a shotgun, and there is nothing else that I would want more on top of my shotgun than a little tiny sight that weighs absolutely nothing and gives me quick target acquisition with that little red dot. Now, if you have the money, go with something like a Trijicon RMR. Okay, Trijicon RMRs are super tough. They're durable. You could beat them up forever. The lifetime warranty, I mean, they're great. You could put an RMR on this thing and 20 years from now, I'm pretty sure that thing's still going to work no matter how much you beat it up. It just depends what you want to spend on this stuff. And remember, if it's for self-defense, keep that money in mind, because you do tend to get a little bit better product when you spend a little bit more money. That's just the way that things go, right? Nonetheless, if you guys are thinking about an optic for your shotgun, if you're looking at different options and stuff like that, consider one of these smaller optics like these little reflex sights that are out there. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Now, while Optics Planet did not in any way sponsor this video, I do have a discount code over there, so if you're looking for optics, you can use the discount code TDS5 at opticsplanet.com. So anyway, guys, I hope that was informative enough to help you out and maybe help you make a decision on something that you might be interested in running. Thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.